10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the Pilipitin Chicken Karagdagang Kaalaman.
The presentation right now is that this is more of what I call the content of the topic that we'll be discussing tonight. Now, identifying the tawag dito yung the commodity that will be engaging in this kind of project. Yun palagi kasi ang kinukonsider natin is that kung maalala pa ninyo yung discussion natin is that if you are targeting, for example, 50,000 net income per month. Ang ibig sabihin yan, if you have 1,000, you need to earn 50 pesos per square meter. That is per month basis. But as what we have discussed is that as the area of land that you have is increasing, ibig sabihin yung target net income mo per square meter bumababa din. That is why that pwede bang instead of having it on a per hectare basis, can we have it in then be per square meter to make sure that we are utilizing the piece of land that we have to maximize its utilization. Otherwise kasi if you'll be counting that on per hectare na parang hindi ma-maximize and given the price of land today na sobrang mahal, baka kapusin po tayo ng pera except if you have the pleasure of the money in the bank na kung kahit sabihin natin na kahit 150 million kayang-kayang mo bilhin, walang problema yan. But for the middle class like us, na minsan if we can acquire for a land na kung saan po by the millions, parang mahirapan po tayo. And beside, ang isa palagi sa consider natin is that the land that we have, na if possible, do not acquire land na kung saan po ang location is sobrang layo po sa inyo. Isa po kasi yan sa consideration. Maybe at start, parang okay lang because you have the convenience of vehicle to visit your farm. But as the number of months goes on, magiging problema mo later on is that na pag wala pang income sa farm, ang isa palagi sa kinakount mo dyan is that how much fuel will you be spending every time you visit your farm. Kaya nga sabi natin is that na if you can access sa medyo malapit po sa inyo, the better it will be. Para at least yung cost natin in terms of monitoring and visiting the farm will not be as that expensive. Otherwise, kung sobrang layo kasi, you are adding it to the production cost that you have. Now, in terms of income, because you want to earn income, and for example, you have 2,500 square meters or about 1/4 hectare, 2,500 square meters. If you will be targeting an income of about 50,000 per month, yung tanong palagi doon is that do I need to plant or grow high value agri-commodity? Kailangan ba talagang magtanim ka ng mga high value? Ibig sabihin po ng high value, for example, if you're planting broccoli, cabbage, and the like, yung medyo may kamahalan sa market, or maybe asparagus, it depends on your needs. Parang ganun kasi yan. Tandaan natin palagi that hindi naman talagang kailangan yan, but it is on the manner that we should be asking ourselves, aside from asking this one, yung awareness po nyo is in terms po sa supply and value chain. Meaning that before we engage in this kind of project, pwede bang pag-aralan natin muna yung supply and value chain? Ang iba kasi is value chain analysis na lang. Pwede bang from supply and value must be considered? Kasi pag sinabi kasi natin supply and value chain, ibig sabihin po, It may start from the input, no, down to what you call the table, no, nasa lamisa na po. And along that chain, there is what they call always an opportunity on it. Otherwise kasi pag we'll be not be doing that kind of analysis that we have, na sabihin natin pasapalaran na lang, yan palagi ang nagiging marking consideration natin, na we are venturing into something, no, without a clear understanding of what are the event happening along the chain. Isa kasi yan sa pinakalaking consideration natin is that the supply chain, na from the input side papunta doon sa production, post-harvest, and down to even under the post-harvest, you can have what they call the processing, storage, packaging, down to marketing per se, and down to what they call to the consumption, or what they call the table of the consumers, and that is what they call the supply chain. And every segment of the chain, there is a corresponding value on it. Now, if you could still remember, sinabi ko sa inyo noon that the price of chicken, from production papunta po sa marketing. Now, this is what they call then the example of what they call the supply chain. Parang ito, we'll be using what they call the Philippine native chicken, as an example. So, meaning that from the input by itself, if you'll be raising, for example, native chicken, what are the input needed? Ang isa palagi dyan, that if I could remember right, na palagi na for some raiser, but not only some raiser, but majority of the raiser is always complaining. Sabihin na ang price ng patuka hindi po bumababa, but ang presyo ng manok unstable. Marong projection sa akin, isang kaibigan ko, sabi niya yung manok in the next few months from 135 baka aabot na yan ng up to 200 pesos per kilo. Now that is the broiler. Those are what they call the consideration, because ang palagi sinasabi natin is that na the prices of product in the market is highly affected or highly volatile, lalo na po sa agriculture. Bakit? The law of supply and demand, malaki kasi yung participation ng law of supply and demand. Pag kaunti yung supply, yung presyo aakyat yan, lalo na pag ang demand umakyat din. Na pag ang supply po kaunti but the demand is greater, ang tendency the price of product will become expensive. But if the supply is limited but the demand is limited, yung price in the market, walang movement, halos yan. Kung maalala pa ninyo ang mga sinasabi ko noon about the various risk na in agriculture, parang ganon yan, pareho sa baboy. Magkano ang presyo ng baboy noon? Aabot lang dito, for example, lilo, yung 1 kilo is 7 as low as 130 pesos per kilo. Katay na yan. But right now, the price is increasing. Bakit? Because na the time na sobrang mura yung presyo ng hayop because of the COVID. Halos yung karamihan kasi ayaw na mag-alaga, because na ang price po bumaba. And beside the presence of what they call the epidemic, for example, the African swine fever. So, the input per se, dapat malaman po natin, is that na if we'll be establishing any kind of project, either it is animal or crops, ano ba talaga ang input? If you are going to account the cost whereby input is being attributed, for animal, it may range from 60 to 70% of your production cost is the supplemental feeds. Supplemental feeds yan. Ibig sabihin, pag yung presyo ng patoka hindi bumababa sa market yan, but the price of product is decreasing, ibig sabihin po, ang tendency natin is that na mabuti na if you can have the break-even, but if sobrang baba na, baka losses na yung papuntahan dyan. That is the main component of the production. Na kung saan po, the 60 to 70. Yung kung bakit that if you'll be engaging in animal project, is that na pwede bang wag ka muna na pumasok agad, but you must to internalize or to know the every segment of the operation. If the feeds contributed 60 to 70% of the production cost, meaning that the chances of profit that we can have, pwede bang doon sa feed production, pwede bang gawin natin na pwede bang hanap ka muna ng paraan where I can source out yung feed material, or maybe the lowest possible cost, the least cost possible ng patoka na pwede po nating ma-source out. Kasi if the production cost makababa natin ang patoka pa lang mismo, ibig sabihin po mas cheaper ang production cost. Ibig sabihin mas flexible saya. Mas flexible in terms of the pricing, in terms of the market. That is in terms of the operation. In terms of the operation. How about in terms of the investment? Sa input pa lang tayo. Ibig sabihin that in terms of the investment, how much or what are the greater consideration if you will be engaging in Philippine native chicken? Now, this is just an example. Ibig sabihin po, for crops, parang ganun din siya. We are using Philippine native chicken as example para na mas mabilis po ninyo maintindihan. Now, if you are going to ask me, ano ba talaga, Doc, ang pinakamahal na bahagi po ng investment? Because in terms of operation, nandoon na yung patoka that 60 to 70% of it is the feeds. Now, if I am planning to engage or to invest in native chicken production, anong item doon ang pinakamahal? Ang pinakamahal dyan is in terms of what they call the housing. Bakit? Almost 75 to 80% na provided that the land nandoon na is attributed to housing. Ang housing, yun ang pinakamay malaking investment. Not the stocks. Not the stocks. Kasi sa manok kasi yung stocks kasi hindi naman ganun ka mahal if you're going to source it out pag makahanap-hanap pa kayo ng mabuting source of stock. Now, for example, if we can have it be down conservative as 75%, ano ang basihan diyan in terms of the 75%? That is based on the design that we have at Central Philippine University. Yung kung bakit that we are suggesting with the various design from 3 by 7 meters na design namin yung halos buong housing. Now, we have also what they call the 4 by 8 na housing that is made of locally available materials na kung saan po mayroong ranging yard. We have also the 4 by 8 na kung saan po ang stocking is 10 hens with 2 roosters, ma-ranging yard yan. Mayroon din kaming design ng housing na 4 by 4 feet na kung saan po it used to house 7 hen and 1 rooster na kung saan ang ranging area is 25 square meter na hanggang dumating sa punto na kung saan po we have what they call the 50 square meters 10 meters by 5 meters na kung saan it can hold about 40 plus feeder stocks hanggang na pumasok doon yung housing na 4 by 8 pen in a housing in a pen but having 5 pens in the housing that can use to hold 35 hens and 5 rooster. Kasi ang tingin natin is that na would like to have it be in the parents condition. Kasi ang tingin natin, we can save. Ay, doon pala kayo nagkamali. Doon kayo nagkamali. If you would not believe on me, try to do it. Try to compute it. When we compared na the cost of that 8x4 pen by 5 pen per housing compared than with that 4x8 housing na kung saan it used to be on a pairings na controlled lang, na that is what they call the yung 4x8, it can load about 14 hens and 2 roosters in the ranging yard na 10 meters by 17 meters long, a total about 170 square meter. If I'm going to tally all the cost from the pen, the mortality, kahit sabihin natin na sa housing pa lang, the housing can be cheaper. Bakit? Kung makita po nyo sa aming mga picture dyan, yung housing na made of wood, at saka yung nipa shingles, at saka yung Aquanet as the pen. Actually, mas mura yung housing na yan. Ang nagiging malaking gastos dyan is the cost involved in the repair and maintenance. Kasi ang paggala kasi na manok, yung paggalaan nyo kasi na yan, you need to put up a Aquanet, not the A-net. Pag sinabi natin Aquanet kasi, no, yung green ang kulay na parang malaki yung butas, na ganon, hindi yung A-net. Ang A-net kasi, itim yan ang kulay, at saka maliliit yung butas. Hindi, mabilis kasi mapunit yan. Ang gamitin po natin is the Aquanet. And tanong nyo yan, gaano pa kataas dapat doc yung height ng fencing? It should be not less than 10 feet yung taas niya. Ibig sabihin that if you are going to establish a ranging yard, kasi ang minimum ranging regarding permit, we try the various limiting from that 10 square meter, ang bawat manok bumaba hanggang doon sa 1 square meter per bird. Ang pinakamaganda doon is that if you have what you call the ranging yard, is the 1:10. Ibig sabihin po, isang manok for a 10 square meter na ranging yard. Kaya lang ang problema natin is that if you have the net as the pens, and the height is 10 feet, ang distance mo, every post mo, if you are going to be using the bamboo, pag hindi pa ninyo treat yung area nyo, tsaka marami ang anay, doon ang malaking losses nyo. The cost involved. Na minsan, if I'm going to total all the cost of that 10 meter by 17 meters in a housing of 4x8, if I'm going to compare it with the 4x8 pen with 5 pen per housing, mas mura pa yung 5 pen that can hold 40 chickens. Samantala yung isa kasi you need a wider area, but it can only hold about 16. No, 16. 14 na inahin at saka 2 tandang. Yan kasi ang isa sa consideration that from the production by itself. From the production by itself, but the input, investment pa lang yan sa input po natin. Investment in terms of the housing. That is why that sinasabi namin that if you really would like to adopt the technology that we developed dito po sa Central Philippine University, we are recommending the housing that we have, yung 5 pen per housing. Mas mura kasi yan. If you are going to use the locally available materials like bamboo, wood, nipa shingles, or coconut shingles, dumidepende na po sa inyo yan. You can, but the design, but possibly before using these locally available materials, have it be treated first against termite and bukbuk. Para po naman yung lifespan or the useful life years ng housing po nyo tatagal po ng konti. Parang ganon siya. Now, the housing by itself. So, ibig sabihin that if in the housing in the investment that we have, kung mapababa natin ang cost ng housing, meaning it is a part of savings. And beside, we are adding the cost in constructing of the housing, the repair and maintenance, as part of our depreciation expense. Ibig sabihin po, dagdag gastos po yan. Kasi ibig sabihin, if you want to invest something, you want to recover. And how you can recover it? It is through what they call the depreciation expense. That is being added to the cost of your chicken. Input pa lang yan. Now, down in terms of the supplemental feeds, along the value supply chain, you want to raise na sabihin natin kaya nasabi ko hangina that if you really want to raise trainings, kasi ang sasabihin po natin is that na makatipid po kami sa patoka, doon po kayo nagkamali. Bakit? As the area na kung saan po dumalawak yung ginagalaan po ng manok nyo, they need no greater energy. Saan nila kinukuha ang energy? It is on the feed that you are giving. The availability of the scavengable feed resources in the area is highly affected by the season and number of chicken that you are raising. Bakit po? It is because that if you're raising chicken, hindi naman ganon katagal na ang replenishment ng scavengable feed resources. Ang scavengable feed resources, ang ibig sabihin niyan, insekto, damo, o ano pa kayang pwede makita dyan mismo sa paligid o sa ginagalaan po ng manok natin. It will not last. With the number of chicken that we are raising, kahit na sabihin natin 170 square meters with the 16 chicken, maubos pa yan. Ay, naku, kulang yan. Kulang yan. And you can only attain productivity. Kasi ang manok kasi, ang ginagawa niyan is that all the feed or the supplemental feed o tinutuka niya araw-araw, ang una muna niyang pinupunuan po is the daily requirement. Ibig sabihin po, pag malawak yung galaan, they need more energy. Ibig sabihin po, ang mga patuka dapat nagamitin muna nila for ranging or what they call the foraging. That is why that noon kasi when we are recording the feed consumption, umaabot yan hanggang 120 grams per day. Just for you to attain the productivity of 15 eggs per day for every 100 hens. Iba kasi ang productivity in terms of egg production of the native chicken compared with the commercial breed. Yung kung bakit that if you have the native chicken flock na ang isa pa doon, ibalikan po natin kasi you have the flock and you have the input. Kasi yung patoka kasi is one of the input. And we are talking here na kung paano pa natin mapababaan possibly ang production cost. We are reducing the production cost para po naman na yung profit natin mapakyat pa po natin. Parang ganun siya. Now the consumption based on the record that we have is that na yung consumption is that na per bird to attain that 15 eggs per day, they need 120 grams of supplemental feeds. Pinagala mo na para makasave ka. Yun pala ang nangyari, mas tumaas yung gastos po ninyo. Kung parang ayaw nyo ata maniwala, try to do it. Try to do it. Basta yung manok po natin is native chicken. Isa kasi kita namin yan. That is why that the development of the housing design was not developed overnight. It started on 2012 and we only concluded that the design that we have is good on 2018 and 2019. Imagine the number of years we spent on the R&D component of it. Kasi the input that we have, yung supplemental feeds, we are looking at how to reduce the feed consumption without affecting the performance of your plant. Kasi kung babaan natin ang cost ng patoka natin, ibig sabihin po, kahit sabihin natin na, for example, under confined condition on native chicken, it may consume up to 3.25 kilograms before it reaches what they call the marketable weight of about 850 grams. Eh kung price niyan is 30 pesos, magkano yan? Ibig sabihin po, yung 30 pesos na price niyan, eh baka 3 kilos in 1/4 kilogram. So, ibig sabihin po, 30 times 3, 90 pesos plus yung 1/4 ng 30. That is almost 97 or almost 100 pesos. Sa patoka pa lang yan. Now, try to consider. Try to consider it. Yung kung bakit that along the chain that we have, dapat po pag-aralan po natin yan. Once you engage in this kind of project, even in some other agripreneurial undertakings, pili bang pag-aralan mo natin ang bawat segment ng value chain before putting up investment? Para at least you must be aware of it. Kung patoka pala ang 60 to 70%, how I can reduce it? Eh baka sabihin natin, pili na yan. Because ang isang katanungan doon is that, how can I reduce the investment cost in housing? Because sabi mo yung investment cost in terms of housing is about 75 to 80%. Kaya nga sabi ko, you can utilize what they call the locally available materials, provided that it must be treated. You can adapt the design that we have at Central Philippine University, not necessarily the material. Actually, if you'll be using the material that we are using at Central Philippine University, tatagal talaga yan. Aabot hanggang 10 years yan. Yung kung bakit na the housing of the chicken that we have dito po, mula pa yan sa mga housing namin way back in 2013, 2014. Ganon po katagal na siya. Pero still strong pa rin siya. It's just a matter of us that how to redesign it. Kaya nga sabi natin is that na may mga trade-off kasi yan. If you want the cheaper one, use the locally available materials but have it be treated. So at least napababa natin yung depreciation expense natin. Kasi isa kasi yun sa cost natin. If you're going to sell the chicken later on, add on mo kasi yung depreciation. So the housing, walang problema na. Ang next along the input that we have is the supplemental feeds. So, ibig sabihin that the supplemental feeds na yan, ano kaya ang mabuti natin gawin? Maybe you can have it be done na kung saan mag-source out po tayo. Mag-source out po tayo. Ibig sabihin that instead of being dependent on the market for the feeds, pili bang kita na mismo yung gumawa ng patoka? That is why that kung makikita po ninyo in the page that we have, we are posting the feed formulation. Parang ganon. Kung makikita nyo, yun ang mga una kasi may mga formulation. Kaya lang ang problema natin minsan, if we have a limited know-how where to get ng mga material yan. For example, soya. Kasi ang soya kasi pag hindi po kayo marunong mag-source out, umaabot ang price per kilo yan. Yung soybean oil meal, not the full-potted soya. Pag sinabi po natin full-potted soya, yung kaka-harvest na dry na, at saka igiling mo na lang, at saka gawing patoka, full-potted tawag doon. Yung isa, nung nakuhaan niya na pinigaan na ng oil po, yun ang mas mura. The price may ranges from 30 to even 40 pesos per kilo. And then, the copra meal, the rice bran. Ang rice bran na gagamit dito is not the rice bran that galing po sa mga mini corn meal. Mini corn meal. Sa mga rice meal natin, But that is what they call the D1. Parang tiki-tiki. Yung parang powderized na sa mais. And other basic ingredient. Yung kung bakit that is the way and how you can reduce it, the pig cost. Hindi doon sa pagala. Hindi doon sa pagala. Para ma-reduce yun po ang cost. Now, if you have what you call the plaque. Ang plaque kasi natin yan, you have what you call the nagpo-produce po ng itlog yan. Ibig sabihin that the production cost of the chicken may be lowered if the egg production per day, the hatchability, the fertility will increase. Sa madami kasi ang itlog na produce niya per day, yung kung bakit that we are suggesting what they call the design of Central Philippine University, malaki kasi ang may tulong yan. Malaki may tulong yan in terms of the egg production. Alam niyo, when we implemented that housing na kung saan po na may ranging area, now with the 320 chicken that we have, no, yung una namin na produce is only 3 egg per day. Ganyan po kamahal ang itlog noon kasi. But with the recent design, you can even up to 35 and even up to 45% egg production per day for every 100 hen. Kasi ang target natin is that mapababa po natin ang production cost. Sa housing, patoka, pati yung performances naman must be considered. That is from the input down to the production side. And what we are discussing right now is under the what we call the production side. Sa production kasi natin, na you have the plaque. Ibig sabihin yung itlog, some of that egg, based on the data that we have, not all of the egg is viable for tawag dito for hatching. We are only selecting yung mga itlog na kung saan the weight is about 40 grams and up. And randomly, ibig sabihin for every 100 egg, yung possible na percentage po ng itlog that is viable for hatching is only 85%. 15% of it can be marketed and that will go into the consumers. Now, the old chicks naman na produce po natin, it can be selected. No? Ang maganda doon, you can select it to become the breeders, but not all of the chicks that you'll be selecting for breeders is pwede gawing pang breeder. Ang iba dyan is can be culled. Yung culled naman na yan, it can be sold out doon sa consumers level natin. There is a dressed chicken. Ang mga selected naman, you can have it be sold as breeder stocks sa ibang racers or possibly have it be as a replacement. And along the way also, in terms of the 1-day-old chicks, you can have it be grown as a growers down to the dress and down to what they call the processor and what they call the processed product. Now, the aspect na ibig sabihin that in terms of the production, kaya nga along the chain, input, production, and the post-harvest. Now, in terms of the production, paano mapababa yung production cost? Patoka, selection of the good breeder stocks, identifying the appropriate packages of technology na kung saan po yung mortality po natin is mapababa natin kasi if mortality will keep on increasing, baka po aakyat pala pa yung ating production cost, yung kung bakit that appropriate production technology para naman ang mortality mapabawas-bawasan natin. And those are what they call the aspect under the production chain. Between production, when it reaches the marketing age, we'll be using the dressed native chicken. It will go into the post-production side. Sa post-production side kasi, if your farm is medyo may kalayuan po sa inyo, and then if you're going to dress your chicken, ang iba kasi under the post-production, sabihin na lang, will be limiting only on the production. Pabayaan nyo na doon, papunta doon sa processor or to the middleman to sell it. So, ibig sabihin, production, marketing na. Wala nang post-production. So, sa marketing yan, ang tanong ngayon, magkano ba talaga ang production cost? Considering all the costs, for example, now using what they call the technology that we have dito po sa CPU, ang price po or the production cost ng isang manok na about 850 grams to 900 grams, abot yan ng mga 150 to 160 pesos piraso. Ibig sabihin, if the price of it on a per kilo basis sa live, for example, in the market is 250, ibig sabihin mga 200 pesos yan yung 800 grams o 850 grams. Parang ganon yung price niya. So meaning you can have the 40 pesos after 3 months. After 3 months po yan, you have 40 pesos per bird. Kaya lang ang naging consideration natin is in terms of what they call the marketing, because all throughout the Philippines, not all of the raisers na meron access po sa market. Now, may ibang raisers dyan that when they establish their project, na kasi nagandahan sila sa nakita nila, without considering the market na papuntahan yan, under the mercy of the racers, and beside the information flow. Kaya ang sabi ng isang racers from Bicol region, sabi na kung magkano ba ang presyo ng manok yan sa Iloilo, ay nako sir, umaabot hanggang 250 pesos per kilo yan. Una kasi dito sa amin sa Bicol, that is only 100 pesos, 220. Lugi ka sir. Yung kung bakit that the information flow, the market information flow, in terms of pricing of chicken on different regions is also critical. Kasi pag hindi, ikaw ang raiser, di mo alam yung price. Parang lukuhin ka lang ng middleman because hindi mo alam yung price. Kaya nga kahit dito sa Iloilo, during the COVID, at the height of the COVID, yung bintahan na manok na mga taman yung tag namin doon is yung 850 to 900 grams. Umaabot hanggang 160. Magkano bintahan yan sa kalendarya? 300 pesos. Now, try to imagine how much cost entail in transporting the chicken from the farm or from the raisers to the processors. Ikaw as the raiser, following the technology of Central Philippine University, in 3 months time, you earn 40 pesos. But for the trader, in just a matter of few days, from 160 to 300 or 140 to 300, ibig sabihin, they have a margin of about 160. Kahit sabihin natin na magmastos pa sila na 40 pesos or 50 pesos, how much they earn sa ilang araw? More than 100. More than 100. Ikaw, 3 months, 40 pesos. Sila, few days, more than 100. Parang ganon kasi ang sequence niyan. We need also to help middleman, but not in the sense na ikaw, trabaho ka ng trabaho sa manukan mo for 3 months and you just earn 40 pesos compared with that 100 plus pesos in just a matter of few days. Saan ang mathematics doon? Now, if the chicken will be processed, how much it will be earned? It depends on the processor. Ibig sabihin, if the processor po is more on the average, baka aabot niya ng 400 pesos. Ibig sabihin po, yung manok niya, no, either ihaw, tinula, or lechon manok, and others. No, ibig sabihin, if you're going to buy it by 300 pesos, meron siyang 100. Ibig sabihin, kahit nagastusan pa niya ng 50 pesos, he had the 50 pesos. Hindi sa matter of one day. Sa isang manok, ikaw, as raiser, you spend 3 months for your 40 pesos. Now, from that 140 to 400 pesos, along that chain, sino ang kawawa? On the middle or on the both end? Both ends. Raiser and consumers. That is why that if you'll be engaging in any agripreneur undertakings, because you have a target income, at saka alam mo na yung cycle or the chain by itself, ano kaya mabuti mong gawin? Tanungin mo na kaya sarili mo dyan. Raising chicken in 3 months, earning 40 pesos. Yung kung bakit na sa kalimitan, kung karamihan ng mga raiser sabi, mas mabuting pag bumili na lang ng manok. Pag lahat tayo bumili ng manok, sino mag-alaga? Parang ganon yan ang sequence niyan. That is why that because you have an objective in your farm, tingnan mo kung along the value supply and value chain, saan po kayo dapat pumasok. Ang advantage mo kasi if you're the one raising the chicken. Kaya nga palagi sabi ko is that na I know what kind of chicken I am producing. At saka ang advantage mo doon because ang quality ng manok mo stable because you are the one raising it. Yung kung bakit that if you're engaging from the production down to marketing po, yung post-harvest po must be considered. Paano pa natin katayin ng manok? Paano pa natin i-store? Paano pa natin process? Tandaan natin that in every segment of the value chain, there is always a risk on it. And every opportunity that we are receiving, it is because we face the risk. The demand is there. The demand is there. Ibig sabihin po that if the raisers can connect directly to the consumers, it can further reduce the price. It can reduce the price. Yung kung bakit sabi ko na when we are selling the dressed chicken dito po sa Iloilo, sabi, sir, pag yung price nagbaba by 250, we can add a number pa. But at 275, medyo mahal-mahal pa. That is a direct marketing style. Kaya nga sabi natin is that part in direct marketing channel. Because that profit and that different segment must be considered with the area of land that you have. Kasi pag ikaw ang nag-produce, ikaw ang nag-process, ikaw ang nag-market, would you think that 50 pesos per square meter target income is impossible? Hindi. Hindi siya impossible. Nagiging imposible lang siya if we are not creative and innovative. If we are not risky enough to face the consequences.